Guys, you have no idea. That is Fukuyama's end of history.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the end of 400 fucking years of the goddamn Bank of England controlling the fucking world. That changes fucking everything. I can't F-bomb this enough to get it through your head. It's that freaking big.
Take the first step towards online privacy. Get NordVPN.
When tyranny becomes law, rebellion becomes a duty. So said Thomas Jefferson. Go to bit.ly/lawful tax protest or bit.ly/make-war-history and find out why it is a criminal offence to pay central government or local government taxes in the UK. bit.ly/lawful tax protest or bit.ly/make-war-history. And let's make war history. Hey Tom, hey Alex, thank you so much for making yourself available. It's Friday the 17th of January. Three days to go before the inauguration on January the 20th, 17:10 UK time. And I'm going to have the links for your X's and also your websites, tomluongo.me and Alex Krainer's fabulous trend following investment advice. I'll have that as well in the links description below. You can keep up with Alex Krainer's extraordinary analysis and writing at his Substack and also make money using his trend-following strategy. To find out more, go to bit.ly/cryptorichalexk. bit.ly/cryptorichalexk. Stay ahead of the curve by signing up as one of Tom Luongo's Patreons and become a part of his investment community and get his investment letter.
It's that freaking big.
I swear, I think that this is my favorite discussion that we've had, the three of us yet. And as we were having this discussion for the first time, and I'm not trying to sound megalomaniacal or anything, but I swear I thought like people on Trump team need to hear this. They need to get tuned into this.
Yeah, the entire discussion about clearing of U.S. Treasuries and the last attempt by the City of London to control the value of the dollar. I think they need to understand it.
Yeah. All right. So this really got my attention because John Cornyn starts questioning Besant. He says, like, as you know, the market for U.S. Treasuries is the largest in the world, as we know, $28 trillion a year, and it's critical for the financial stability of the United States. So far, so good. There's actually a proposal for an entity to clear U.S. Treasury futures at the London Clearing House, which would be overseen by the Bank of England. Some argue that the Bank of England would have control over a default scenario in this critical market instead of the United States. Is this of concern to you? So that's the question that Cornyn asked to Besant. So I thought this is really extremely interesting. Like, why would you clear United States Treasury futures in London, of all places? What's the interest for the United States? And I can tell you straight off, there isn't any. So there, yet again, we have the confirmation of the fact that there's a hidden hand of London influencing American policy, the economic policy, internal policies, foreign policy, and that people are not being informed about this.
What a shock. LIBOR ends. What a shock. LIBOR ends on September 30th, 2024, officially. And 3 months later, we're staring down the barrel of City of London still having control over the price of our money. So 3 years of, and all of this stuff about SOFR and LIBOR and this and that and everything else. And what a shock. Behind the scenes, the Biden junta and those fucking vandals were going to just transfer everything back over to London. And notice how everybody in Europe and the UK have been eerily calm about all of this stuff.
The question that I have, this is consistent with everything else that you guys have been saying about the British. It's always the British. And then also I interviewed Richard Poe. I read the book over Christmas. I interviewed Richard Poe. Yep.
That was a great interview. I watched it.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very good. Very, educational.
So it is always the British. It's always the British.
Okay. So now let's get into what I've uncovered over the last couple of years about the TIC report, the Treasury International Capital Report of what central banks own, how much U.S. Treasury. Guess who is the second largest owner of U.S. Treasuries in the world right now?
Bank of England?
Bank of England and its subsidiaries, and then when you add in the subsidiaries like Bermuda and Singapore and the Caymans and the British Virgin Islands and the rest of it, and all of them, Canada, you start realizing that that the Crown, in fact, has far more control over the value of U.S. Treasuries than China does.
So I was doing a fair amount of coverage about what was happening in North Africa with the former French colonies, Mali, Mauritania, and a few others. And then last August, Cajutel, which is this cryptocurrency project I've been following since 2017. I went to Sierra Leone, which is a former British colony, and I've never spent any time in one of the sub-Saharan. It's my first time sub-Saharan Africa, and I was shocked at the level of poverty. And I thought, my home country, Pakistan's poor, but this was something else. Where I was in the capital city, Freetown, drove past the vice president's villa. And there are villas in the suburbs of Lahore that are in better condition than that. And the main roads in Freetown are metal. The side roads are not. They're red earth. And I was just shocked. Sierra Leone, they speak English, former British colony, has gold, has bauxite, has diamonds, rather than the British do. So it all gets extracted, and none of it is available for the local people. And they do it differently to the French. The French do it through their colonial franc. The British, they're a bit more Machiavellian and manipulative and mischievous and behind the covers. You wouldn't know that it was the British stealing the wealth.
That's the fucking play, guys. And now Trump is literally telling City of London, that's nice. You can come with us because we're in charge. Or you can wither with the European Union because we're taking those fuckers out. That is, guys, you have no idea. That is Fukuyama's end of history.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the end of 400 fucking years of the goddamn Bank of England controlling the fucking world. That changes fucking everything. I can't F-bomb this enough to get it through your heads. It's that freaking big.
It's reminded me when I did the interview with Steve Murray, Lieutenant Colonel Steve Murray, and he said in that interview that there are Epstein-like operations all over the world. This was an extract. You can find the full video on bit.ly/CryptoRichOdyssey. bit.ly/CryptoRichOdyssey.